Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. Is there anything else you wanted to do that night, or are you guys all crashing out and waking up tomorrow to start fresh?
Droopy used nap, so Droopy is going to be awake all night doing shit. Don't worry, Neal. It's nothing too negative. Sure. First of all, so let me write down spells. Or is anybody else doing anything so I can write down all my spells?
Gerald is saving everything for tomorrow, and it's going to be so stupid.
Beautiful. So it sounds like everyone's waiting till tomorrow?
Until everyone else besides
except for Droopy, who's going to wake up in an hour.
Neal, what hit die are like little songbirds, like nightingales and bluebirds and things?
1 HP.
So how many hit die is that?
Less than 1.
Like an eighth of a hit die if they're 1 HP?
I would rather not try and classify a single songbird as a number of hit die. I feel like it's awkward. I feel like you might want to do a songbird swarm could be like a hit die. So you can summon 1 hit die worth of songbirds and it'll be like a little fluttering swarmy thingy.
I can get a whole swarm of them? Awesome.
I don't know what you're doing, but we'll rule something like that. Generally speaking, I have a very subjective rule set that bends easily. So, you know, this cornering technique won't work.
It's not a cornering technique. I'm just
this is cornering. This is hardcore cornering. I know what cornering is. Friendship. I do it all the time when I play with Ryan. This is cornering.
I want to cast Animal Friendship, and I was trying to figure out how many birds I could get since I can get 2 hit dice worth of animals.
See, that's all you got to do is ask. You just got to give like the whole example, not these like really small subject specific questions. How many hit dice can you get with Animal Friendship? That's a great question.
Well, I know how many hit dice I can get. I don't know how many hit dice the birds are.
Right.
And by the way, the Roquefort, right on. It's got a very robust pretension with just a hint of false sophistication. The way I like
what kind of birds? That's kind of important because there are a lot of birds.
Well, I also have locate animals, so I can look for, nightingales or bluebirds. I don't get like some kind of shit pigeons or something.
Well, for example, a magpie has 1 hit dice -2. So
there's no way a magpie has like the same hit points as a goblin.
It's
more than a wizard.
It's there. I'm looking
really hurts.
I'm looking at Lumion.
What book is this in? What page number on the book?
I have no idea. It is a giant list of creatures from 2E, so I don't know what kind of books they use. That was only an example. They listed as 1 hit dice -2, which is kind of because a rat has 1/4 of a hit die. So
it hurts.
Bird, magpie, common, 1 to 2 hit points.
Oh, 1 to 2. Okay,
HP, not HD. Yeah, 1 to 2 hit points. There we go. Woo.
Okay.
There we go. There's a piranha bird in here as well.
So potentially twice as many hit points as a wizard.
Yeah.
Greater piranha.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Magpies have twice as many hit points as 25% of wizards.
That means half of magpies have more hit points than 10% of fighters.
True.
Yeah. It hurts.
Guys, when I was sleeping, I had the perfect idea. I don't know why we didn't think of this before, but it occurred to me because when I woke up, I was thinking again about how this is totally a shit town.
Not a shit town.
And how we were going to try to make it seem better, but that was basically about to be deceptive. But then it hit me. If we just embrace this is a shit town and give up on it, and we hire carpenters and we go 2 miles further down the road and we build a different town that's nicer, and we put a sign out in front of it that says Berkshire, and we can change the name of this town, like call it Desu or something. And we make a different Berkshire. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be a little town. We don't have to like duplicate the whole thing. But it'd be nicer, and we could just make it a good town.
Not much time we have. Only 3 days.
Yeah.
2 now, right? Right, 2 days now.
No, I think we had 3 days. I think
today and tomorrow, and they arrive on the next day.
Yep. So 2 days to prepare everything.
Maybe first impression important first. Us go in front of town and enter town like when they enter town, see what can improve. Yes.
Maybe, I guess on that note, maybe we could get some people to pretend to be travelers on the road, and they could, because travelers like to travel together for safety, and they could join and travel with the judges, and they could be talking up Berkshire the whole time about how good it is, and maybe talk about how they got, I don't know, food poisoning or something in Wictron Renta. And they could even talk up Shenanigans on the way and say how much they like it. The smooth jazz and everything.
It's the next day, right? So
and that's totally a normal thing. That is not just something that they do when judges are coming, but they do it all the time.
So I think at this moment Ruby kind of comes in looking worn, and maybe you should go over what Ruby did all night.
Sure.
Before we go into the next day. So first of all, Ruby did go to the graveyard. First question, is there a statue of Varasi there?
In the graveyard, there might be, I've never thought about the Berkshire graveyard. There will probably be statues to all 7 major gods out at the very front of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is just a loose graveyard, or is there special sections for some special people, or maybe there's an entire section only for Shenanigans adventurers?
No, it's there's no graves for adventurers here. It's only for the town folks themselves. Adventurers who die usually don't die in town. They usually die out of town. Very few people actually die in the proper town.
Dying out of town. Guys, that's it. Dying out of town. There's lots of little villages nearby that have suffered all kinds of calamities. Like, I know, again, because local history, which is totally paying off, there's a town not far from here where they used to make like a really big cookie, and then they failed or something, and then everybody in that entire town got killed by the gingerbread man. And so it's a town that's just sitting there and nobody lives in it. And so we can make a detour sign on the road. The whole thing, you're right, we don't have time to build a new town, but we can take a town that's already been depopulated by horrible human tragedy and make it nice and tell them that that's Berkshire.
Sorry about this.
Please don't die.
I just, you know this when you drink something and breathe in at the same time. That just happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, Rob, your plan's not bad, but there's one big problem with it. And that's the place you're talking about is a village and not a town. This is just taking the 21 towns and cities in Drekis into consideration, not any small villages.
We could paint a backdrop and hang it.
Paint a backdrop.
I mean, your time is slipping away.
Coyotes do that all the time.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, Neal.
This strongly feels like another episode that you guys will get halfway
Neal.
through.
Neal, it's... Okay, I want to point out, if you look at the list of spells I put in there, I have 2 metamorphized liquids, so I'm going to go make as much wine as possible.
Okay.
And then I am going to gather people around to just, have some nice wine as I enthrall 3 groups of people and just tell them about the upcoming competition, tell them that it would be a great boost for the town if we all just work together. Everyone just makes small improvements on their individual properties so that overall the town gets a little better.
All right.
And then I'm going to nap, and then I'm going to do enthrall like 4 times again.
Okay.
So that's like my entire day.
Oh yeah. It's the same spell Van Helsing used. Remember, Neal, in the town where the goose...
I'm familiar with enthrall, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cheering.
Ruby could use it too, if only she could speak common.
All right, sure. So you're going to go enthrall.
So just...
Okay, you're going to go
just
enthrall
large
groups of people
that are attracted by like barrels of wine.
Sure.
And then just, try to get them to say, well, everyone just go make minor improvements, do a little extra in your daily work.
Mm-hmm.
Just make the town a little bit better in these next couple days so that we can do our best on the upcoming.
Sure.
Score.
Why don't you roll me? You're going to do how many total enthralls?
7.
7. Okay. Why don't you roll me 7 d20, each one modified by your level and your wisdom bonus for high wisdom, your magical save adjustment. What is your wisdom or willpower?
Oh, lords. 20?
What?
Yeah.
I guess
he's
that's why
the
Gerald's so
man,
old.
Neal.
Did you roll an 18 for wisdom right off the bat?
Yes.
Dear God.
Yeah, remember, Druby has
Yeah.
18 wisdom too.
That's why he's powerful.
All right, buddy. That's why you got so many goddamn spells. So it's going to be a D20.
That's exactly why. So
each one's going to be D20 plus 4 plus your
plus
level.
3.
So D20 plus 7. So
Okay,
roll
so
7
D20
D20.
plus 7.
Yeah. Just roll 7 D20s. We'll add 7 to each one of them individually. Ooh. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So we're looking for...
First one, something goes a little wrong.
Yeah. What happens with the first one?
I interrupt too much. I'm walking along and I think this is an excellent opportunity to get some new customers, right? And so while he's up there enthralling them, I'm sticking things in their pockets like, here's my card, yo, you gotta call Pimp. You gotta call Gimp. He's gonna hook you up with the business, right? And like, I find someone that's a little attractive and I'm like, hey girl, what are you doing, right? I'm just like, wandering in and out.
I think
And I think you like end up interrupting the crowd, and according to the
Neal.
enthrall spell, if they get interrupted, it can get pretty ugly. And I think Gimp's Pimp's
right, Neal.
Yeah.
I think his interruption combined with this being like the first of the enthralls I'm doing for the day, it just doesn't go that well. But then I get like better and more confident on how to do the next speech. after the first one.
Right.
So the first one is like the warm-up one that goes terribly. Also,
I think
like away, say go away, I'm busy.
I think like a small fight breaks out in the town square. We're doing that first enthrall.
Oh God.
So before your second one, I go,
Oh dear.
I think what you really need to tell them, and I was surprised you didn't tell them, but you really need to tell them that specifically not to throw their rotting vegetables and fruit into the streets, because that's why we get all the capybaras, and nobody likes dog-sized rats, and that's one of the things that people don't like about the town is the capybaras, and people talk about it.
Those things are cute, though.
Yeah, but people hear dog-sized rat, and they don't think cute, and they think dog-sized rat. And, and if you don't know that maybe they can be cute, you're just terrified because it's a dog-sized rat.
What if you use that animal friendship on them you were talking about, and then we can make them do tricks for the judges, yo? Because you might hear dog-sized rat, but then if dog-sized rat starts playing dead and begging,
Neal,
it's pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
Neal.
Yeah.
I think this is where the 3 Cure Light wounds I have memorized come into play. After the fight.
All right, so a fight breaks out. That Gimp sort of kind of starts because he's like wrestling with the magic, and then Sam comes through, and it's just like problematic. The fight gets cleaned up. The new sheriff, because the old sheriff is dead. The new sheriff in town saw, kind of helps sort it out, and you guys move on. Your other rolls were all pretty good here. You got, let me just add these up. Total 20 plus 11 plus 21 plus 26 plus 19 plus 14. All right, cool. That is solid progress. Let's say each group is about 25 people strong. And so you get like 6 times 25 is 150. So you get like 150 people in town to like really go back and work on their properties and improve them. Okay.
All right.
That's good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
So Neal, is the printing press invented yet?
No.
Yeah. So, we kind of got interrupted last time, so I just wanted to finish up what Ruby is doing. Is there a large a stone, like a boulder, medium-sized in the graveyard?
There's not like a boulder in the graveyard, but there's some very large tombstones and some like statues that are on like for tombstones and that sort of thing.
No. Unworked stone.
No, there's no just like unworked stone lying around in the graveyard. It's a well-tended place.
Then I will, first of all, look for the dirtiest spots on the graveyard, unattended graves or something, and use create water. I have 3 times to clean the places up.
Mm-hmm.
Like the gate or something, like free it from the dirt. Then I will use my wind servant to overly just clean up the place, because it can influence up to 5 pounds of matter. So
yeah, you can definitely use wind servant to like clear all the dead leaves out of the graveyard and kind of like.
Wait a minute. Yeah, a leaf blower.
Yeah, you clean up the graveyard. It's not a difficult task. It totally looks nice now.
And I will use Sanctify to sanctify the statue of Rossi.
You sanctify the statue of Rossi.
It's not a bad thing for other people. It just gives bonuses to people of the same faith.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
And then I will go through the town, use find traps to find any obvious dangers or things that could be trap light in the streets, like someone is hanging a piano from their window. So, someone has a potted plant like on the edge of their window that could fall down any moment.
All right, okay.
Gotta watch out for those well-hung pianos,
Yeah, of course. Hey, you say it now, but you just see the 4 come in, and from somewhere an anvil is falling on top of crosses one of them.
Okay. I'm making notes here on the things that you guys have done. So Gerald has done some things. You've also cleaned up the graveyard.
Oh, I also use Orison to... Wait, can I use Orison to create, like, some flowers?
I don't think you can make flowers. It's only obvious magical things, and they don't last that long.
I think I'm gonna go and do the flower thing and collect flowers in the forest and herbs.
Okay.
All right. Also,
aromatic herbs.
Okay.
And one thing, as I walk through the streets, are the streets cobblestones or dirt?
The main street is cobblestone. Most of the side streets are dirt.
Okay. I will look for damage on the street, like there's a hole or something in the
You
street.
can go fix the potholes too.
Yeah, I have 1 cast of Stone Shaper, so I can only do 1 right now.
Okay. Sure. There are definitely a few potholes here and there. So you can fix 1 pothole, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, but I have nap,
the worst one, I guess.
So
Sure.
in the afternoon I can do nap again, and then... but this is in the future of
Sure.
this day.
All right, so from Gerald, we've got some enthralls and some wine. From Droopy, we've cleaned up the graveyard. We've cleared the traps from the main roads in town, which there was only 1 trap in town, but it was an important one. Someone had dug a pit to catch a rogue kobold who was running around, but you sorted it out.
I'm just imagining some crusty bastard with like a like I'm gonna
just after Droopy.
That hillbilly. That's a hillbilly.
Right.
I'm gonna kill me some killies.
I'm just gonna get those wascally wabbits.
All right, I want to hear from Max. Max, what do you do on the first of 2 days to clean up the town?
Right, well, the others are cleaning up the town, and my job is to enhance the town with the aromatic herbs to make it more fresh smelling, more nature aromatic smell.
Get rid of that smell of raw sewage.
Yeah,
everywhere.
all the poop people throw out in the streets in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
You have to cover that smell somehow. So I'm going to find the perfect herb for that.
Okay, so tell me how it is you're finding the perfect herb and how you're going to make the herb cover the scent of everything for 3 days.
Okay, so
if you just light some incense in town, it'll just blow away. It'll make the area smell nice for a short period.
You have to mix the incense with the on the street with the poop, So when people throw the poop on the street, it will mix with the herb and it will neutralize the smell.
All right, you will attempt to deodorize the town. And how do you attempt to deodorize the town?
Well, first of all, I need the herb, so I have to go to the forest.
All right, Tursimadoy, make me an herbalism check.
Okay.
Roll 1. Please roll a 1. Also, is anyone going with Tursum to do this? It sounds kind of like everyone's off doing their own thing on this first day.
Well, Sam was interested in it, right?
Sam, are you going with him too?
Yeah, I'll go out, but I'm going to use locate animals and animal friendship to get bluebirds.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys are doing separate tasks when you're going out.
I wanted to. I'm in the town doing my stuff. So.
Yeah. Okay. So Tursum, you do find some lovely smelling sage. You find a whole big clump of sage, actually, like a big half acre of sage, which you can pack up and spread out throughout the town.
Yep. Doing that.
You harvested a half acre of sage in a day? God damn.
I just thought of something horrible.
Okay, go on.
Metamorphize liquids with vanilla. Just have the entire town with gallons of vanilla scent everywhere.
That would be awesome.
It would be like being inside of the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I mean, I could water to wine. We could have the town smell like wine.
I think the vanilla is awesome. That's like a scent that you associate with like cookies and hominess and things, and it will create the right sound.
Yeah, vanilla and sage is actually a good combo. Like that would smell nice. We sprinkle it everywhere. We just start spritzing the town. We're just like dipping our fingers and just like spritzing the town with vanilla.
Well, that's on the docket for tomorrow.
None of this be gone.
All right, so we've got.
We could still have a big bonfire in town and throw a bunch of Starleaf in it.
Yeah, well,
Let's not do that until they arrive, and only if things go very badly. That's our like plan B. Like shit, everything's going wrong. Light the Starleaf up.
all right, okay.
Does
So
anybody have plant growth?
Light the beacons.
we
of
figured
Star.
out what Max and what Tursa Madoy, Gerald, and Droopy are doing on day 1. Let's go over to what Sam is doing, and then we'll hit up Gimp the Pimp Imp with a limp. God, your name is way too long. And we'll sort out the rest of this. Sam, what are you doing on this day?
Wait, first I need to ask, Droopy, do you have plant growth? Are you high enough level to do that?
Plant growth is 3rd level, I think.
I don't know.
Droopy like things consults with Vorasi. Growing things, not Vorasi's task. Not so much not so much death and destruction.
Well, that's too bad, because I was thinking that if you could cast the plant growth, then I could go and find some Starleaf today when I'm out in the forest, and then we could get the seeds, and then you could plant growth it, and then we've got like a whole field, and then you harvest it, and we put in some the bale, and
Droopy just shakes their head.
If Gerald gets to 5th level, he can
Could make
growth.
fireworks.
you can make fireworks? How do you do that? Tell me about that. That sounds good.
Choose a could make could make a fire go and make into into a firework in the air.
Will it be loud? Because babies and fireworks, it's not a good thing. I mean, when they're older, maybe they'll like the fireworks, but right now, when
Firework.
yeah, is it gonna be a loud one? The firework?
Firework.
To go boom.
Cast silence on the firework.
I guess
Firework.
if you could tell me before you do it, because little Damien here, and also I bought a dog. I forgot to mention that, but I've got a dog because I only have 2 hit points.
I think I'm just gonna start banning dogs and Shenanigans, because it's always like 2.5 hours in. Oh wait, we're in the middle of combat. Remember, I've got my 4 hellhounds that I bought. Yeah, they start fighting now too.
Well, we didn't start off with 2 freaking hit points.
I'm just gonna look, man. I think starting next session, we're just gonna ban pets. It's just,
Oh no! Come on, Neal.
Well, what about my donkey?
donkeys are fine. Riding animals and pack animals are fine, but like pets that hang out with you and then you magically remember them only when they're in combat and can be of help. Like, no, I'm done with this.
What if I just keep a magic attack squirrel up my sleeve?
No, you can't have a magic attack squirrel unless you can find a way to make a magic attack squirrel. But
Hold on, no.
you can't just buy them.
Animal friendship, Neal.
Leave. Yeah, animal friendship. It's a whole spell.
Just animal friendship, a nice lion to ride.
This is a problem for another day. All right.
It's just a mount. Come on, Neal.
Yeah, we should totally tame a lion or a tiger.
And a bear, oh my.
Or a bear. Or yeah, let's get the bear.
All right, hold on. Rob, Sam, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I'm going to use locate animal. So one of my spells every day is Sacred Guardian, cast on Damien, so that I know if he's in danger or anything's going to happen to him. So that's just like always one of my spells. I don't.
Okay, but how are you improving the town?
Well, because that leaves me 2 more spell slots.
Okay.
So locate animals and animal friendship So today I am going to first try to locate some bluebirds or other good songbirds that are local. And then I'm going to try to animal friendship them so that they'll do my bidding and want to be my friend and hang out. And then with the rest of however long that takes after that, then I will help with getting the different herbs.
Sure. So Sam, animal friendships, a swarm of songbirds.
Yeah, and if it helps at any point in either of those tasks, I can speak with plants.
We had some interactions with that spell.
Second edition's so weird. Like, how do you speak with plants? Like, plants don't have thoughts. They don't talk.
It is pretty.
Of course they do. Haven't you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
I have. Oh my god, yes. All plants are like that. That's the way it should be.
The spell is pretty. Yeah.
You know, I mean, who's going to know better where I should go look for some birds than a tree?
Are there birds?
Yeah, but I can't speak with animals. That would be ridiculous. Who has that spell?
All right. You have charmed a swarm of songbirds. Let's head over to Gimp. What are you doing with your day?
So Shenanigans needs some Hooters girls for sure to be serving people, because you know that little kobold ain't gonna win no prizes. And when we capstone their visit with a stay at the famous Shenanigans Inn, they need some pleasurable company. And so I heard that there were some fine dancers that might be unemployed, and Gimp seems to think that he might have just the employment service they need. So he's gonna ask Desmond to point him in the direction of the now closed strip club and its members.
The now closed strip club is in an abandoned barn down the street from Berkshire on the right side of the road to the east. Mm-hmm. The place is just like a shell of its former self. It's cold, it's dark.
It was underground.
It's a little damp. There's cobwebs all over the place. Some millipedes cruising about. You know, there's definitely nobody here anymore. But
so I think you misunderstood me, my man. I want to know who the old owner was, the people working there. There's certainly people that needed a job.
Unfortunately, the old owner's
this level.
Yeah, the owner died. Rob, what happened to your character who owned this thing?
DM hack, I think it was.
No, wasn't it you kidnapped?
I did not kidnap
Borsch's wife
totally
or
came
something
along
like
willingly.
that?
I set her up on a Wick Runner rent-a shopping spree. It was all done willingly. Puri was all about consent. No kidnapping.
So you learned that the poor guy tangled with what's his name, Borscht Thunderbowels, in a way that Borscht Thunderbowels did not approve of, and got the axe, literally.
I see.
Yeah. But
you think you know where those girls may have gone to? Perhaps I can offer them more lucrative employment.
They were guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's too.
That's right.
He thinks for a moment.
It was a male strip club.
I guess it was more of a male strip club.
It's like I hear his ghost right next to me.
But, you know, I think the laborers just turned into day laborers, you know? I think you can just find them down by the Hovel Depot down the road.
I say, all right, so here's the deal, man. The crowning jewel of Berkshire is clearly this place, this wonderful bar that you run. So clearly, the last stop that any judge must make is here in Shenanigans to taste of your fine wines, taste the Thunderbowels food, taste all of the riches and pleasures. But I feel like you need some servers on that level. So I'm going to find you some excellent servers for these judges, and they might offer a full exclusive service for them, and we'll make sure we win this town. All right, I'll be back later.
He nods.
And with that promise, I go out into town and I just start looking for like 15 hotness or higher dudes and ladies, and I'm gonna just like glibness check my way into some fine new employees, and if I need to, I'll pay them.
All right. So you head down the street, and you immediately run across a 15 hotness woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. She is currently working at a stall selling knives and daggers down on the market square.
Excellent. I like them a little dangerous. All right, so I will walk up to her and just kind of start the chit chat up, right? Like, how you doing? What is a wonderful, beautiful girl like you doing in a small town like this? I figured you must have been draped in jewels and silks and all kinds of fineries.
She gives you a bit of a look up and down. I guess it's mostly down because you're like
Mostly
only 2
down.
feet tall. Yeah.
I'm like, I have to like climb up onto the stall to talk to her, right? I don't crawl, I fly. I'm a pimp with some class. Gimp flies up to the stall and lands there. This cane and his top hat.
She looks at you and goes, I wish.
Oh, you wish? You mean you haven't ever had these things?
Been working hard my whole life. Haven't had time to, haven't made the money to afford such niceries.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is a travesty that just must be addressed. How do you feel about making a little more money, huh?
She eyes you. She looks at your pimp clothes, your pimp cane, your pimp gimp, your pimp
You're
limp.
just too fine to not have the lavish, fine things in life. A tour with Gimp the Pimp with a limp will definitely solve this issue.
She takes your card and reads it up and down, and then looks you dead in the eyes and says, I'm no working girl, if you know what I mean.
Oh, but who's to say you can't be?
I'm to say I can't be.
It's nothing. You just are someone's company. You know, you just give them a nice time. You talk with them. We just make sure that they are as pleasantly entertained as possible. It ain't anything you don't want to do. I can teach you the rest of it as we go.
Is this a long-term engagement?
Oh, it can be as long as it takes to just see you dressed up in all the jewels.
She eyes you, thinks about it for a hard minute. Why don't you give me a charisma check here?
Okay, actually, I'm gonna make a glibness roll because I spent character points on this. So I have a knack of dissuading the suspicions of NPCs. As long as I speak the same language they do, I can make a glibness check to just like dissuade them.
I'm kind of feeling like he's going to be showing up later at Shenanigans with like a big lump on his head.
No knife sticking out of his back, and he says,
Damn it!
So she's looking at you, and she's looking at this card. She puts the card down on the table and like slides it underneath one of the daggers there, and says, "Now listen, little feller. It's been a tough year. We've had a lot fewer, how should we say, politely, a lot fewer of your kind coming through and dying, which means a lot less weapon sales for their replacements. So I'm a little down and out on cash, but if it involves getting undressed in any way, shape, or form, I am not interested."
Well, then I just kind of like give her like a small caress on the cheek, like, you just remember me, keep me in mind, girl. Damn fine. And then I just like fly off and find the next one.
All right. The next one you find is a hunking hot piece of meat guy. He's got to be like 17 hotness or something, who is literally standing on the street corner soliciting himself for sex. He's an existing working boy, and you notice down the block is his pimp watching from behind, from like out the carriage window.
Oh, interesting. There's a good way to just finish this up. All right. I'm just gonna alight next to him on it, like a windowsill or something, so I don't look like I'm a customer. right? Maybe. Oh, well, I'm dressed like a pimp.
Can't you just like teleport around?
I didn't. If I was a pimp if I was an imp out of the monster manual, then yes. But I tried to keep it as character point driven as possible. So I have flight, but I don't have the like just teleport places, and I also don't have the like 46 poison tail. I can't take the pimp clothes off. This is a lifestyle. You gotta live with it. All right, so I'll just kind of stroll on by, and I'll just strike up a casual conversation with him quickly as I walk by, and just kind of be like, "Hey there, man. You look like you're just in the right service. Tell me, you like your boss? He give you the good cut?"
The guy looks down at you and kind of stretches his arms back, and it like flex one pec and then the other for a little bit. You could be my boss for an afternoon.
Yeah. I don't think you quite understand. What are your rates?
2 gold an hour.
What's your cut, son?
You know, Sophia just she takes care of me real good. I work for her, and she just takes care of me. That's how it goes.
Well, I'll have a chat with Sophia, man. I'll be right back. And I just kind of keep, like, that was like a quick little, I just strut on over to the carriage. I just like fly up and land on the carriage, like, window. Like, hey, I heard your name's Sophia.
She looks out the carriage window and kind of pulls her furred coat a little closer around her. And you would be?
Oh, name's Gimp. I'm the pimp with a limp. I hand her a card. And I love that boy you got on the corner. Super delectable.
Oh, Marcus? Oh, he's some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. He could be a fine addition to my team. I gotta ask you, what do you think it would cost me to take him off your hands?
She gently opens the carriage door, steps out. Where are you perched?
I was like on the carriage window, I guess, so I could look in and talk.
Sure.
So
So
she like swing with the door.
She steps out and kind of looks at you for a moment, and then with a quick flash draws a dagger and like holds it towards you, not like on you, but like in your direction. Says, "You looking to steal what's mine, boy?"
Oh, no. This is a business proposal, my dear. I don't know how you do shit up here in the material plane, but in the 9 hells, we talk business without the knives. I guess they're implied, you know, with the teeth and all. I, like, sharpen my teeth a little bit with my nails, but I'm like, nah, man, like, chill.
Marcus is my boy, and he's my best earning boy out there. Ain't no price you could give me that would take him away from me.
Oh, really now?
Really?
That seems unlikely. You... All right. Well. What if I were to hire him to do work for me for a day? A subcontractor's fee for you.
She pauses and thinks on this. He charges the price of 2 gold an hour. What you do with his time is your business.
All right. Now, I'll tell you what. I have the honor of dealing with some judges coming to town. You see, there's going to be a big prize pool for winning the T5, I believe it was called. And I think that if I can get the perfect serving boys and girls to show them a wonderful experience at Shenanigans to the end of it, we will be a cinch for that T5. So, if I gave you 10 gold up front for the best 4 you got, they work that night, I'll give you my share of the T5 winnings.
She sits back. Well, I guess she stands back, crosses her arms, tucks the dagger away, and thinks on this. So you're offering to pay her 10 gold up front for her 2 best folks.
I think I said 4, but...
4 best folks. Yeah. And then you'll give her...
And then some split of an unnamed winnings for the T5.
Right. How many hours do you need them for?
Well, I don't need them for the whole day, right? I just need them at the bar when we finish up the famous tour of Shenanigans. So I'm gonna teach them some serving, teach them how to serve like the royal slaves of the brass city, and then I'm going to have them maybe, if they're interested, ply their wares for an hour or two just to show off the judges with the best of times.
She thinks real hard on this. What's that? And she comes back with that sounds almost agreeable. But if I'm going to take my 4 best boys and girls off their corners, I'm going to need a little bit more than 10 gold up front, unless you're only taking them for an hour or something. You'll be depriving me of their work for many hours each. And you ain't guaranteed to win this prize.
How long do you think it takes to judge somebody? Well, all right. What if I do this for you? I can promise you that they'll return with new tricks and new ways to earn you money. You see, when I'm talking about learning from the best of the city of Brass, you know that their value to you is going to go way up. This is more than just money up front. This is money long term.
She nods. She seems to be getting a little bit more comfortable with you as well. All right. Let's call it 20 gold up front plus half your earnings from the prize.
All right. I find this agreeable. And I hand over the gold.
All right. She takes it and reaches out to shake your hand for the deal.
I twirl my cap and shake her hand, and I strut by Marcus and like, big boy, we're gonna have some learning to do. And I ask her to just basically give me a chance to teach them before, like to have them show up at Shenanigans like an hour before or something, and I'll teach them how to serve properly and teach them a few tricks of the trade.
All right. Gimp has acquired the 4 finest prostitutes in town. I take it you had a gender split down the middle?
Yes, yeah, 2 and 2 was my thought process.
Julio. All right, so the first day was spent... Gimp...
No. Last thing Gerald is going to do is going to buy like a 50 gold robe.
Ooh. Okay, describe your 50 gold robe.
Well, are there general colors or anything of Woolmator?
I mean, at the point that you're spending... of Woolmator? Let me take a look at his sigil. I need to get a better link for the Pantheon of Gods stuff. Woolmator. Woolmator's symbol is a rainbow, what do you call it? Musical note. So Woolmator's colors are all the colors of the rainbow, man. They bring you joy, happiness, along with music.
Gerald is going to have like the rainbow symbol of Woolmator across the chest of... It's going to have, I think, like a black outline, and then the rest of the robe is also going to be rainbow going like the opposite direction down.
Okay, so is it like...
the rainbow of the sigil is going across.
Is it like yellow, red to purple, or is it purple to red?
It's like rainbow sideways, like a rainbow straight down, and then the sigil is like the rainbow up and down.
Got it. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, cool. 50 GP robe. Please expend 50 GP from your character sheet. We're gonna go to break, and we're gonna come back with day 2, the last day before the judges arrive, and then I think during our 4th part we will see what happens when the judges arrive. So see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.